Hey there, guys, and today is day 4 of our Scratch classes. And today we are going to be making some more of different games. But first, if you remember, I gave you guys a homework yesterday of having a you want screen at the end if the shark or fish, any one of these, wins. So, like for example, the shark is winning right now. If we see, but it does not give any screen that says that shark won or any screen even if the fish won. So we need to make a separate screen for that so that both of them knows that who won first. So let's put one screen for shark. It's pretty easy. Let's just click on shark, and what we have to do is basically uh, go into the panel of control. Now in the control panel we have this option of if and then. We'll just put it over here, which means we have to put stuff inside. Like if shark touches the red line, there will be a screen. So now we will go and click on this sensing option, and we have to tell them that what touches what. So if shark touches the red color, which means we have to take the second option, put it inside, and we have to change this color. Now we should not change the color like this. Like we are not supposed to like take this over here and it will know what color it is. No, this is not how we will let the shark know that when it loses or wins. We'll just take this eyedropper tool. Eyedropper basically lets us pick a color from the screen. Once we click on it, we have to take this our mouse towards the red line. We'll click on the red line. Now the shark knows that if it touches the screen, then it will show the screen that we want. So do it with the eyedropper tool. All right. Now, what we want for Scratch to do when the shark touches this red color, we want it to show a screen that says you won. Yeah, the shark won. So now we have to go and make a background first. So we will take this choose a backdrop option. We will choose a blue sky, and now we will go into the backdrops. We'll click over here, and now we'll go into the backdrops option. Now if we see, we have this blue sky over here. Let me delete these. We don't need this right now. Okay, you will see that you have this blue sky option now. Okay, now what we have to do is that we have to create the shark one screen and the fish one screen. So let's just paint it first. For example, I want to paint it blue color just like the shark. So I can take a blue color. Now I will write a text. I will change the color of the text to white, and I will click anywhere and I'll start writing shark one. Now, now I'm going to increase the size by over here, and I will put it in the middle. Now it says shark one. Alright. Now I will go back to my code from over here above. I'll click here. Now if we see, the whole screen have this option shark one, and this is not the way we want it to look. Like the whole game has this option. So now what we have to do, we'll just click on the green flag. Now we'll click on the shark. Make sure you have this option switch backdrop to blue sky over here so that it knows where to return. If you don't have this option, uh, now, so now we have to go back into the code. Now, if you see that the whole game has this option, like if I press the green flag and now I move the shark, you see it's still having the shark one option. I don't want it at the beginning or in the whole game. I want it only at the last if the shark touches the red line. I'll click again on the green option. I'll click on this shark, and over here I'll just go into the looks option, and I will take this option of switch backdrop to, and I will just put it under the go to X and Y, which means our main backdrop will be the one I have. So I'll just click over here and I will choose my actual backdrop, which is blue sky too. Now I just put on green flag, which means now I have this. Now I want to put my backdrop that I want to show when it touches the red color, so I'll put it inside the if block. I'll just take this switch backdrop to option and put it inside if. Make sure to change the name. I have blue sky 24. Now whenever I start the game and the shark wins, you will see that it changes the backdrop to shark 1. Now we have to do the exact same thing for the fish. We have to take all of this code and put it over here. So you have to take all the blocks and add the code over here again. So let's do it quickly. We'll just take switch backdrop to and put it over here. We'll take the first option, and over here we have to do the same thing. Like go to if, in controls we will go to if, and if what, so we wanted to have if it touches the red color, so I'll just take this touching color. Make sure that you choose the color with this eyedropper tool. Click on here. Now what we want to do, we have to put the backdrop here. Now the backdrop that we created before was for the shark. Now we have to create another one for this fish. We will go again in the backdrops option, choose a backdrop, take this blue sky, go again in the backdrops option, and over here in the backdrops, now we will make a screen for the fish. The fish is orange color, so I'm going to take a orange color from here. uh, from over here I have this orange color. I'll put this color over here. Now I will go again in the text option. I'll say fish 1. Let me change the color to white. Okay, now I'm going to increase the size of this just like this. Okay, so now we have the screen for fish also. Now we will go again in the code, click on the fish, and now we will place this background over here. So we will just go into the looks option and switch backdrop to option. I will put it inside here, change the backdrop minus this one. Now press green flag and now see. If the fish is winning, we can see that it shows fish 1 option, and if the shark is winning, you can see that it shows the shark 1 option. Now finally our project is done. Make sure to go in this file option and save now. So this is now our first project is finally completed. Now let's go on towards our actual game for today. So how to create a new game, we'll just click on file and we can go on new. So it will create a new page for us to work on. Okay, so if you see on my screen right now, we have this new game over here. So for example, I have my name over here right now. So basically what is happening, this is a animation game, a name animation game. Like you guys will write your own name over here, and then you will click on the letters. For example, my name is Iman. So if I click on this I, it makes a cat meowing sound. If I click on this M, it's whirling around. Now if I press on A, it's going to twirl around here and there, rotate. And if I click on N, it's going to move in any direction. So this is basically what we have to do with our own name. If you want to stop the game, we'll click on this red option and it will stop the game. So this is basically what we have to do. So let's create a project. So I will go on and delete this sprite, and I will create a new sprite from here. Now, if you see this option over here, the letters one, or you can scroll down and find all the letters here, or either you can just click on this letters option and it will take you to all the letters. Now, you can take all the letters of your own name. For example, my name is Iman, so I'm going to take, first I took an I, then I'm again going to go in the sprite option, again letters option, I'm going to take a different color M. Then again I'm going into the sprites option, going to get letter and going to choose another kind of letter A, put it over here. Now the A is a little bit too small, so I have to increase the A size. So let's just we can increase size from here. I'm going to put on 120. Now the last letter will again go into the sprites option and letters, and then go and choose an N. Now we have the complete name. Now only thing left is to animate them. So first let's just take a background. I'll go from here and choose a backdrop. Now let's just choose any backdrop. For example, I choose the circles option. I have a backdrop now, a pattern backdrop. Now I have to start animating. So let's just click on our first sprite. Remember to click the sprite. For example, first I have to animate I. Now, we can do different kinds of stuff here. Okay, we can put any animation. For example, I want I to make a sound. I want M to increase its size when I touch. I want A to move here and there. I want N N to change its color. I want it to change its size. Whatever I want to do, I can do here. So before anything, we have to go into the events panel, take this when green flag clicked option and go in motions option and go to X and Y. We have to do the same for each of the sprites, alright? Now what we will do, what I want I to do is whenever I click it, it makes a sound. So I will go on to the events option and take this option when the sprite clicked, which means whenever I will click the sprite, whenever I will click this eye, it will do something. So I take this option from the events panel. Now what I want I to do, I want I to for example, I wanted to make a sound, so I will go into the sounds panel and I will take this play sound until done. I will put it here. I don't want it to make a sound of meow, so if I want to change that sound, I can just go into the sounds panel here and I can go over here and choose the sound. I'll click over here, whatever sound I want. For example, I wanted to make a bird sound or a birthday sound. For example, I can choose bubble sound. Alright, you cannot hear the sound right now, but if you do it on your computer, you'll be able to do that. I'll go in the code section again and I will change this to the bubble sound. Whenever I click I, it's making a bubble sound. Again, you'll be able to hear it on your computer when you are working. Alright, now I will go on M. I want M to, for example, I want it to revolve around. So again, I will go into the events option, take this green flag clicked. We have to do the same for every sprite. I'll go into the motions option, go to X and Y. Now I want to take the events and I will go when the sprite click. I want this one to move around. So I want it to move around forever. I don't want it to stop until I stop the game. So I will go into the controls option, click on this forever, put it over here, and in the middle I will put something. I will go into the motion and I will take this turn 15-degree option. Put it inside, which means it will forever turn for 15 degrees. So now let me start the game and click on M. If you see, it keeps revolving around. Now it's time for the A option. Now what I want for A to do, remember to click on the sprite. I clicked on A. Again, I will take all the options quickly. When green flag clicked and motion, go to X and Y. Now I want A to, whenever I click A, it just moves around in a random position. So I will again go into control and take forever because I wanted to move here and there forever. I will go in motions and take this glide 1 second to random position. Now whenever I click on A, it will move here and there on a random position forever. So look, I'm clicking the green flag and clicking on A and it's moving here and there. But we forgot one thing. We forgot to put this events option when the sprite clicked option. Now if I put it over here and then I click A, then it's going to move here and there. Now we have to do a thing for N. I want N to have an effect. Like we saw in my name animation, it was growing. So I can show you how to do that. Again, we will take all the options when this green flag clicked. Then I will go in motion, go to X and Y to X, and now we have to take the events option and we will have to take when sprite is clicked. Now we want this N to have an effect as we saw before. So we will go into this looks option and then we will scroll down a bit and we will see that there is an option of change color effect by. We'll just put it over here and change this color to we have so many options, we can use them one by one and check what they do. For example, if I click on fish eye and click on N, it's growing from the middle. If I click on this whirl option, it's going to twirl from here. If I take this pixelate option, it's going to make a boxy kind of effect. So there are so many effects, you can try it yourself. Brightness will turn this bright. So there are so many options you can try and you can customize your name. Now if I start the game, you can see that I makes a bubble sound, M twirls around, A is moving here and there, and N is changing its brightness. So this is how you can make your own name animation. Now let's move on to our next game. Okay, so this is basically the next game that we'll be creating. I have this shark over here which is going to eat all the fishes, and it also makes a sound when it eats all of them. So we have so many sprites over here, and we have to make the shark eat them. It's a little bit similar to the cat and mouse game that we created in the last class, but instead here are too many sprites, and actually whenever the shark eats them, it's actually disappearing. So there are some new techniques used here. So let's actually go ahead and make it. So we will take a new page on our Scratch, and now we'll start creating. So I'm making a I'm making a shark and fishes game. You can either make a lion and humans game, or lion and deer, or honeybee and bear, and you can make any kind of whatever enemy and the game whatever you want. I'm going to make a shark and fishes game. So let's just delete the existing sprite we have. We're going to delete this, and we're going to go in the sprites option and choose a new one. So for example, I'm going to choose a shark. I have the shark over here. I'm going to put her in the middle, and I'm going to start coding for this shark. So first I'll go in event when this green flag clicked, and then I'm going to go into this control option and take this option of forever, because I want this shark to move forever. Now I'm going to go into the motions panel, and I'm going to take the option of glide 1 second to random position. I'll just put it inside the forever, and I will change this option of random position to mouse pointer, because I want the shark to move along with my mouse. Now one more thing, I have to add this option of point towards, which means whenever I will be taking the shark here and there with my mouse, it will actually be facing towards my mouse. Now I'm going to start the game, and if you see, the shark is actually pointing towards me also, and also moving along with my mouse. So this is all the code that we have to do for the shark. There is nothing else. So our shark is done. Now let's just take a background. I'll just go on and choose a backdrop. I'll take an underwater backdrop. Let's just take this first one. Now we have to add fishes over here. So let's go and take another sprite. Now we're going to search for a fish here. Let's just say I want this one. I'll click over here. Now I have this fish. For example, the size of this fish is a little too big, so I have to decrease the size. I'll change this size over here to, for example, 60. Now my fish is small. Now I'll start coding for the fish. So let's just add the events when green flag clicked option, and go in control and take the forever option. Now, once we have this forever option, let's start coding. I want this fish to move forever, and I want it to move here and there, like anywhere. So let's just take this motion option and take this option of glide 1 second to random position. I'll put it inside the forever option, which means the fish will keep moving here and there. So let's just try it out. Let's see, the fish keeps moving here and there. And the shark just have to go on and eat it. Now, if I'm taking the shark towards the fish, it's actually not eating it. So we have to code for that. And if we see the fish is moving a little too fast, so what we can do is stop the game, and we can make this glide 1 second change to 2, which means now the fish will move a little slower. We can also choose 2 seconds or 3 seconds. So whatever we want, however slow we want, we can actually make it slow. So for example, I want 1 second. Now what I want for this shark to do whenever it touches the fish, I want it to make a biting sound, and I want this fish to disappear. So what will we do now? We'll go into this control option and take this if and then option. I'll put it inside the forever option, and I will go into the sensing option and take the option of touching mouse pointer. I'll take it and put it inside the if. I'll change this mouse pointer option and make change it to shark, which means whenever the fish touches the shark, it will do something. Now what I wanted to do, I wanted to make a sound. So now I will go into the sounds option, take this option of play sound. I will put it inside if, and I want to change the sound now. So I will go into the sounds panel here, and I will choose a sound from here. Now I will choose bite sound, if you hear it, which makes a biting sound. Now I will go back in the code section, and I will change this play sound option to bite. Now whenever the shark will be touching the fish, it will make a bite sound. It is just like the cat and the mouse game. But I also want this shark to eat it, so that the fish hides. Like whenever it touches the shark, it will hide or it will go away. So how do we do that? It's really simple. We will just go in looks and we will take this option of hide. We will just put it inside the if option and now we're done. But just one more thing, we will have to take this show option also and we will have to put it over here underneath the green flag, which means over here it will show and whenever it touches the shark it will hide. Now let's play the game, and if we see if the shark is touching the fish is a little too fast, but um, this- okay, now the fish has disappeared. So this is exactly what we have to do in our code. Now this was only for one fish. If we want to make more fishes just like that, we have to go again in the choose a sprite and then we will have to take more fishes. But instead of that, we can do one more thing. We can just click on this fish, right click over here, right click, and it will say duplicate. Whenever we duplicate, it will create a copy of this fish. Now we have two fishes. Now we will again right click on this fish and we will make a duplicate. We have three fishes now. Again right click and make a duplicate, and now we have four fishes. Now in my case, this the kind of fish I have created have different kinds of costume. For example, if I click on this fish 2 and I go on to this costumes option, I can change a different costume. Like I can change this fish. So I can either take this blue one. Now if I want the other fish to change, I will go again in the costumes and I can change it to this one. And for the fourth one, I can again click over here and I can again go into the costumes and take this one. Now this is only for this kind of fish. If you choose any other kind of fish, you might not see an option like this. But I have this, so if you choose this kind of clownfish, this Nemo, you will see this kind of option. All right. And if you don't see an option, it's fine. You can also just click on the fish normally and change its color. For example, I'm just clicking on this bucket tool. I can choose a color. For example, I want this fish to be teal color. I can just click on any part of the fish and it will change its color. For example, it has changed over here. Right? So you can also change the color if you cannot find this kind of costumes option. So once we're done with making all the fishes, we can actually start the game and we can just make the shark eat the fishes. Now, one more thing, duplicating means it will also duplicate the code. So we do not have to write the same code for all these four fishes. It already has the code, as you can see. Now, if we see the shark's mouth is closed right now. We have to open it so that it can actually eat the fish, or it just looks good. We will click on this shark over here, go into the costumes option, and for this shark, we also have this different kind of costume. So if I take the second one, now the shark has an open mouth. I can also change the color of the shark however I want. So you can do it too. Now we will go in the code and I will start the game. And now whenever the shark touches the fish, it can eat it like this. So the fishes are a little fast, but see, it's working. Whenever it touches the fishes are disappearing. So try to make this game on your own and try to make different kinds of fishes. And if you do not want the same kind of fish, like if you're making another kind of game and if you want different kinds of animal, you will have to take another sprite and then you will have to write this code again and again and again. So either you can duplicate or either you can write the code for the second or third time. So that's the homework for you. You will have to create this game and then add a lot of sprites here. I hope you understood this lesson and I will see you in tomorrow's class.